This is a series of videos. Please refer to the methods of stitches, ignoring the yarn color. Select the corresponding yarn colors in your material package to turn. Please refer to both the videos and the instructional brochure during.
Hello, everybody. Today LUNUAFVY is going to teach you how to make this cute Pikachu. Alright, let's start knitting. First we weave the body parts. Root stitch. We'll wind the thread first. Cross and hold the cross section well. Let's start with the standing pin. Crochet thread into the coil belt line coming over well. The winding is brought through the loop on the crochet hook. Now we begin the first stitch. Crochet thread into the coil belt thread coming over. Wind the wire through the two coils in turn. A V shape is generated. Search a V shape for needle eye. Now we take the mark and put it on the first stitch. Make a mark. Alright, now let's start the second stitch. Insert the coil and bring the wire over. Wind the wire through the two coils in turn. Third stitch. The fourth needle. The fifth needle. Make sure he doesn't get this thread inside, because we're going to have to pull this thread to tighten it. The last. Six stitch knitting ends. Now let's put a mark on the last stitch. Make a mark 2. Now let's stretch this coil. Tighten this thread. Tensioning. Let's go back to the first needle draw. The end of each of our laps. It all goes back to the first stitch. Drawing. Start each lap with a standing pin. Crochet into the first stitch where the mark is. Bring the wire directly straight from the loop on the crochet hook. Tie. Put a standing pin under it. Bring it over here by winding it. Now we begin to weave the second circle. The second round is 6 extra pins. 2 other stitches to weave 2 short needles into a single stitch. Search a V shape for needle eye. The needle is insert a V shaped inside. Weave 2 short needles. Alright, let's start with the first stitch. Crochet into the first stitch where the mark is. Okay, now you can take it off. We knit short needles. We put a mark on the first stitch. Make a mark. Novice friends must draw a good marker buckle. Alright, so let's go back to the first stitch. Then weave a short needle. Below. Here we go, we're done with 1 stitch. Weave a second plus pin below. Crochet into the second stitch. Or the second order of needles. The second stitch is finished. The third one below adds a needle. Next stitch. Or the third order of needles. And the 3 plus stitch knitting. Now let's repeat the knitting. We'll make 3 more stitches. The second weave is alpha. There are 12 needle orders in total. Check the needle count yourself. We start with the first marker buckle, all the way to the last button. There should be 12 V-shapes. You can check one of our needle counts for yourself. Now let's go back to the first stitch. Drawing. Crochet into the first stitch where the mark button is. Bring along. Bring straight here. Pull it tight and we'll put a standing pin under it. We weave a third loop. The third circle is a short needle. 1 plus pin. We repeat this 6 times. First one at a short needle. Crochet into the first stitch where the mark button ends. We knit a short needle. With a plus pin underneath. The second stitch is woven and added to it. Underpin. Underpin. Now let's repeat the knitting. The third loop is finished. There are a total of 18 needle orders. Now let's go back to the first stitch. You can check the number of needles yourself. After the pull is over, we set up a standing pin. Now let's start the fourth loop. The pattern of the fourth round is 2 short stitches, then 1 extra stitch we repeat 6 times. Here we need to place the needle. So let's start with the short needle. 1 plus pin. Short needle. Underpin. Here we go. 2 short stitches and 1 extra. A short needle. 退. Underpin. Now let's repeat the 2 short stitches and add 1 more stitch. The fourth braid is over. There are 24 stitches in all. When you're done weaving, you're gonna start pulling. Then another stand-up pin. Alright, now we're gonna weave a 5th loop. The 5th loop is made up of 3 short stitches. 1 plus pin. We repeat this 6 times. First we'll knit a short needle. The second one below. The third. Underpin. Continue below. 3 short stitches and 1 extra. A short needle. 退. Underpin. Next, we repeat knitting 3 short stitches and 1 more stitch. The 5th braid is over. There are a total of 30 needle orders. Check the needle count yourself. Now let's start weaving the 6th circle. Round 6 is for short pins and 1 extra pin. We repeat this 6 times. We're still going to need a displacement injection here. Let's knit a short needle first. with the second one below. Underpin. We knit 2 short needles, then with a plus stitch. Add one of the next 4 short stitches. Single. Three. Three. 4. Underpin. Next, we repeat knitting 4 short stitches and add 1 more stitch. The 6th braid is alpha. There are a total of 36 needle orders. Now with a 7 loop. Round 7 we need to weave 36 short stitches. First, the second one below. The third. Now let's repeat the knitting. The 7th braid is alpha. Now with an 8th circle. The 8th round is for 5 short pins and 1 extra pin. We repeat this 6 times. First a short needle. The second one below. The third. Fourth. The fifth. Underpin.